to give her take on her reality experience of reality TV. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the queen of Atlanta, honey. The originator, Real Housewives of Atlanta herself, Nene. Welcome to Under Construction. I'm so happy to have you here. You have no idea.
Well, I love the name Under Construction, honey. What does that mean? You building a new house?
Well, yes, the house of Tamar.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
Yes, for building a new house, honey. Tamar's house, honey. Yeah.
Well, my body, my experience. Yeah.
Building everything all over again. It's okay.
Yeah, I have to. All of my walls came tumbling down this summer, and I had to rebuild.
Yeah. I feel like my walls have come down too, honey, and I want somebody to rebuild them. My walls are coming down as well, honey.
That is hilarious.
I'm sure we talking about two different walls.
You know what? Yes, we are. One of the walls is really under construction. No one has touched it. That would be me.
Okay, honey.
Right?
I want this wall, honey, to come together, honey. Yeah.
You're so funny. There's nobody else that I felt like I could have this conversation with because I don't think that there's a lot of people who understand what happens in reality TV. Now we're gonna talk about the good, and we're gonna talk about the flip side too. You cool with that?
I'm an open book, and if you ask me something I don't want to answer, I won't.
Right.
But I answer, I just used to tell people I'm an open book. Just ask me whatever you want to, and you get whatever I give you.
Yeah, and it's okay for you to ask me questions too. Okay?
Of course it is.
Okay.
Of course. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I know, right? Okay, so listen. Is there anything about your experience in reality TV that makes you regret doing it, period?
Yes. One of the things I always tell people that I regret, and this is really real, I regret that Greg and I divorced on television, the way we handled it on the TV. I really wish Greg, I've given Greg a lot of conversations about let's separate, first before divorcing, and he wasn't here for that. He was just like, it's all or nothing kind of a thing. And when I look back on it, because, eventually Greg and I ended up getting back together and remarrying. We went through the whole process of divorcing because he didn't want to give me space to think or get over what had happened in our relationship. Yeah. And I often, I just regret it because my child now can go back and look at that. He's of age now where he can understand it better. I just wish we had handled it different. I really regret that. I also regret my oldest son had gotten in trouble. And I scolded him on the show really bad, and I really hate I did that. I wish I had done that to him.
You wish you hadn't done that because you felt like you embarrassed him?
I did. I embarrassed him in a way that I felt that wasn't healthy. It really hurt him. It wasn't like an embarrassment, like, oh my gosh, I'm like,
right, I understand.
No, it was really something deep that really hurt him. And because it hurt him, it hurt me. So I don't want to hurt him like that.
I know that it hurts your son and you, right?
Yes.
But at that time, you both came across as regular black mother and son.
Yeah. Right. We were on reality TV, and so on reality TV, my job has always been to just show it all and give all. Yeah. And I did that. And but that doesn't mean that I don't regret everything I've done. I mean, right. I definitely regret some of the steps I took.
Yeah. So what made you do reality TV in the first place? I don't think I've ever asked you that. Have I asked you?
Well, you know what? No. You know what? I was acting, went to LA every season for pilot season, and I ran into this lady out there by the name of Robbie Reed Humes, and she cast me in Fighting Temptations, and after that, she and I kind of started a relationship. And she would give me little parts on different shows, like Monique and the Parkers. Mm-hmm. She gave me like a little day play, over there, just on different little shows. And after that, I had my youngest son, Brent. Mm-hmm. And I just made a decision in myself and said, you know what? It's not going to happen for me. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to make it in acting. I'm not going to make it. Like, I was giving up everything. Like, I just came to the point where I was just like, I'm giving up. It's over. My job must be in life is to be a stay-at-home mom with a child and Greg's wife, and that's what I'm going to do. And so I just took that. And just as I put everything up on the shelf and said, forget about it, my door was knocking. Hey, there's this lady that want to talk to you. I did not set out to do reality TV. Mm-hmm. Reality TV found me.
Yeah. I never knew that you worked with good old Robbie Reed. I had no idea.
Yeah, I wrote about her in my book, and she and I both talk about, the experience of her seeing me come out, and she auditioning me, and here's Nene now today. So, yeah.
Wow. See, I think the difference is I went after reality TV, I guess.
Oh, you did?
Because,
okay.
Yes.
I did not.
Yeah, I did because I was tricked. I thought that reality TV was like reality TV, like it's real stuff, not scripted. I think the first 3 seasons of the Braxtons wasn't so scripted, right?
I wouldn't say that. I would really have to go out and say that Real Housewives is not scripted. We are definitely not scripted. We're not holding a script. They don't tell us this is what we're going to say word for word. However, they say this is what's going to happen today. Right. So you guys are all getting together, and you need to confront her about what she said the other day, or you need to bring up a subject, that kind of stuff. But, it's not scripted. Actually,
I shouldn't say scripted. I should say guided, huh? Is that a better word?
I think it is a little bit guided.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of it guided. Because I think that the producers have different conversations with everybody.
They do.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
When you're a cast, yeah. They say one thing to this one, and one thing to that one, and one thing to this one, and one thing to that one. And they know who is the weakest link.
Yes.
And they know who the strong one is. They also know the one that is the shit stirrer. They know
who gonna have it and who's not having it.
Yeah, yes. They know the one that'll throw the rock and hide the hand right quick. Come on. So they know all those things. Yeah. And they supposed to know those things because that's their job.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to tell all the listeners, first of all, I don't think you guys know that the way that I look at Nene, I'm not just saying this because she's my good friend. She's like my sister. But she's the queen of reality TV. Period.
Oh, thank you.
Number one. Let's just say number one. Okay?
Yeah, thank you so much. You know what? I will say this. You're not supposed to say things. People are supposed to say them for you. So thank you for saying that. But I know that I definitely started a genre.
Absolutely.
That is not to say there wasn't reality TV before me. It was. What happened was there were no black ensemble reality shows on television. Yeah. Real Housewives of Atlanta, we were the black cast with a white girl. Yeah. And all of these other shows followed suit after that, which came Love and Hip Hop, Basketball Wives, Hollywood Exes, the Braxtons. Yeah. And I think that people forget and they don't remember. They look back and they be like, no, honey, we've been on them. They been was here. And you're like, no, that was a genre that we truly started. And I would have to say that I had a big hand in it because if it's not true, you just ask Anderson Cooper. He says Nene was the breakout star. Ask Ellen DeGeneres. She said Nene is the breakout star here. And
hell, ask Tamar. I just said it. Period. It is.
Well, you can ask Andy.
Anybody.
I think in his goodbye letter to me, he stated that I had started a genre.
That's all facts. But what do you have to say about people who don't want to acknowledge that fact? That you are the queen of reality.
I don't mind. I really don't. I don't mind it because, listen, Tamar, if I put that thing up on this wig, honey, my head will blow off. I can't even do it. So you have to just not mind. You have to know what it is. I know what we did. I know what the space was. We opened up that door.
Absolutely.
And other networks saw that it actually worked for Bravo to have this black cast on. And then they followed suit. Bravo didn't even have any black cast.
Yeah.
When we came on, we definitely gave them legs to run with.
You guys gave the whole black reality television legs. Because I know when I created the Braxton Family Values, it was basically based on not just you guys' show, but black people. You know what I mean? When I thought about it, I thought it from the perspective of, sisters instead of an ensemble cast. So I think most people want to know, Nene, so what's next? What's next? Do you feel like you left the show prematurely?
I don't think I left the show prematurely. I think I left it a little late.
Yeah.
I think I probably should have left, some years ago. But I'm okay with the timing. Timing is everything. And I feel like this was my time. It was in me. You know how it was in me to leave. It was in me. I had an offer on the table after talking to them and talking to everybody, listening to what everybody had to say, all my executive producers and everybody. I hung up the phone. I'm telling you, I was in a meeting on the call with them, talking about going into shooting like days before Cynthia's wedding. But anyway, I know what it was. They was getting ready to do the girls' trip. And this is where the whole Bachelorette thing was going to take place. So they were talking to me about, I'm going to be on the girls' trip. And I was listening to everything they had to say about the trip and what my relationship were with each girl. And they were telling me about the new people that were around the show. And, it wasn't a bad conversation at all. When we hung up, I just hung up the phone knowing this wasn't for me anymore. Yeah. I don't know if it was something that they said. I just know everything that they said to me, I was like, oh, okay, so this is what we still doing? So that's what I kept thinking in my head. And I was like, oh, so this is what we doing? Okay. So I hung up the phone. I immediately, as I hung it up, I remember I was sitting in the parking lot of my lounge talking to them about this girls' trip. And I hung up the phone. I called my manager immediately. I said, I'm not going to do the show.
Wow.
And he said, don't you want to take the weekend to think about it? And I said, we can take the weekend and think about it, but I can tell you that I'm not going to do the show. It wasn't for me anymore. Just nothing had changed.
I understand that completely. And I wanted to say, like when you first get into reality TV, it's a lot of perks, right? And then here comes the side effects. What do you think the most not talked about side effects? The other side of that coin.
The other side of all the perks.
Yes.
I don't know. I know that when I came out, I did everything.
Yeah.
I did scripted television. I did Broadway. I was on the cover of Ebony magazine, the Power cover. I was the first celebrity in 30 years to have a residency out in Vegas on Humanity. Seriously, I made an appearance everywhere. I did every single talk show it was possible to do. I co-host everywhere for everybody. I just did everything. Yeah. The flip side of that is it's going to come to an end.
Ooh.
It is going to come to an end. It's either come to an end or you level off. Now, that's one thing. The other thing is, you can still be going just as hard as you were when you first came out, but that corporate devil is sitting right there. It's a corporate devil that people don't know that's controlling a lot of your career. I did a lot of competition shows. I did Celebrity Apprentice. I did Cupcake Wars. I did another show where Greg and I were cooking for these top chef people. The corporate devil is a beast. That's all I got to tell you. Like, you think you're going on these shows and you're going to be like, I can win. Actually, before you get on the show, they already know who I am. That's the corporate devil. It's a lot that happens behind the scene that people just don't know about.
Well, for me, I think the other side of my coin is that I could be doing the most amazing things, like things that I always wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like daytime TV, like you were saying, appearing everywhere, doing everything that you ever wanted to do because the opportunity is there, right? And I think that the flip side was, in one aspect, people looked at me as Tamar's funny, she's fun, she's relatable, and then here comes the reality show, and my role in the reality show is the villain and getting in everybody's business and getting into it with everybody. I just felt like no matter how much good things that I did, it was always erased when that show would come back on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I think people forget. People have short-term memory. Yes. So they forget about what happened last season, and this season they just go right back into they just forget. They just forget all these things, and they have short-term memory, that's all.
Yeah, and that affected me. As much as I didn't want it to affect me, that affected me. And it was hard for me to recover.
It's hard.
We'll be right back after this quick thing with your girl, Tamar Braxton.
Reality TV is hard, okay? Because you're out there. You're in these people's living room. I think people know reality stars more than they know actors. Yeah. They approach reality stars, I think, more because they feel like they really know you because they see you every week inside of their living room on their television. And it's very difficult. The criticism, the judging, all that stuff is very, very hard.
It really, truly is. And, I think that no one has talked about that long-term effect and what that does. I know for me, and I've been very open about it and what it's done to my mental. I'm always consistently defending my character. Not the character on the show, but my character in my life. You know what I mean? Like, it bothers me that it bothers me that people think that I'm a terrible person and that I'm messy and I can't get along with girls and, you know, I'm not a good businesswoman. That drives me crazy.
It is hard. It is hard. It's hard. It's just hard. You know, you meet new people. You can meet a guy and they're gonna Google you, right?
Absolutely.
And then, you know, even though they claim they haven't, you can almost tell by the things they're saying and doing that they, I just have had people do me the same way. Like, you know, she this and she that. It sucks. It sucks. That's the stigma that comes along with reality television. So, you know, you just have to find somebody that can look past that. It's hard to find people that
you know, I remember when I first started dating David. He came from the corporate world, and this is like this African family who is like not into reality TV or not into entertainment, period. And I remember him telling me how hard this was getting ready to be to explain this to his family. You know what I'm saying? It made me feel a little embarrassed. Although that, you know, I had this thriving career, I felt almost embarrassed by it. You know what I mean? Because by him Googling me, it's like all the bad stuff come up. All of the episodes where you're walking into the lion's den and all you have is to defend your character. And, you know, it's bits and pieces taken from this, taken from that to put together to make a story. And for me, one of the main reasons why I feel like I can never, ever go back to unscripted reality TV is a lot to do with that last relationship.
I'm not against reality television. I want to be clear about that. I think that reality TV has opened up many doors of opportunity for me. It was great for me. I think there was someone in the background tampering with my things and my projects. I feel like it could have been great for me. I feel like, you know, if these people weren't tampering with my career, I just don't think it would have appeared the way that it has. Yeah. So I think reality TV it's okay to do, and I'm okay with doing it again.
So you would do unscripted reality TV again?
I don't want to do it no ensemble. I don't know. No, I don't know about that. But, you know, if I was doing something, you know, based off my life and what I'm doing, I'm okay with that. You know, it's a beast. Yeah. You just got to be strong. I feel like I done been through all the trials. Now let's go. I'm already got all the cuts and the bruises. So I'm in.
Well, let me tell you why. My situation. And I keep bringing it back to me. I'm so sorry. But
it's fine.
Everybody's been in a relationship where you felt like you've given people chance after chance after chance. You really love that person. And they keep promising that they're never going to do this again. I'm never going to lie to you again. I'm never going to cheat on you again. I'm never going to mistreat you again. I know, Nene. I know. But you sign up for the bullshit. And it happens again. Yes. And then you get to the point where you can't even defend why you're doing it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it's like you can say to the public, yo, I was tricked, but nobody believes you. Nobody believes you.
No one.
Well, you signed up for it. This is what you... No, Becky, I didn't sign up for this. This is not what we discussed.
Yes, for Becky, honey.
You know, this is not what we discussed. And then you're watching something on TV and it's like, what in the... What? And then, when you're jacked up, fucked up, beat up, and done with it, they done with you. Ooh,
now they done
with you. I mean, after they done ran over your character, lied, stole. Don't nobody get what we deserve to get. Come on, coin. Nobody.
No, you don't.
You know what I'm saying?
No, honey. You definitely ain't paid
right. Not at all. Not at all. After they done used you up like a hooker on Sunset Avenue, you know what I'm saying? In the middle of the Super Bowl weekend, it's a wrap. And then you left holding the pieces. So like, what do you do? And that's what I always admired about you, Nene, is that you keep your hands in everything. And I think a lot of listeners don't know about that. Talk to them about that and how important that is.
I learned early on, I knew this reality TV thing was scary. And I know that it could come to an end at any time. And I know you had to be a smart businesswoman and you needed multiple streams of income. And for some reason, this was many years ago, I think this is when Magic Johnson opened up Applebee's or something. And then he opened a theater in Atlanta. And then he was just doing this, and this. And I admired how he left the NBA and how he was still very successful. Mm-hmm. And I said, I want to be Magic Johnson one day. Yeah, I'm doing reality TV. I said, I have to be him. I need to start multiple businesses. I need to do multiple things. The problem is, Tamar, when you want to do things that you love to do, like, I love producing, and I think I have a lot of creative ways. I think I have a lot of great show ideas. The thing that's unfortunate is somebody's stopping
all these opportunities that you work your ass off for.
Yeah,
I'll say I don't have a problem saying it.
I'm saying everything that you worked for, and you do have great creative ideas, and you can produce this, and you can do this and that, and there's somebody in the back pulling strings so that you're not able to do all those things that you worked your ass off to do, that you put your damn reputation on the line, your family on the line, everybody on the line to do. So I started thinking a few years ago that, okay, I'm not going to be a producer. I'm not going to do any of my creative things that I want to do in television because somebody else wants my life. That's the problem. When somebody else wants your life,
they try to take yours out.
So they want, take your life. Now, they're not talented enough to do these kind of things. They steal your life. And so I started thinking about other things outside of reality TV and television, period, that I like to do. Like I said, Magic Johnson was putting his money in other places. So I started opening up things and investing my money in other places because I still want to have a life after television. Yeah. So I try to have my hands in a lot of things, but, sometimes, there's somebody in the background that's, taking my hand out of it.
That's really jacked up, and I know how that feels because, I heard a rumor, and I'm comfortable enough to say the rumor because allegedly. So do you remember when everything happened with the real? And I remember talking to you. Remember, I was in my bed for like a week.
I remember that. Yeah,
I didn't have any answers. Nobody had any answers as to what happened. And the girls were getting blamed. It was Tamar got an attitude problem. Of course, all the reality storylines was the surface of everything. And do you know that years later, what I had heard through the grapevine, what really happened? I heard that network that I was working with at the time would not sign off and allowed me and them girls to fall out in public, almost ruin my whole career, my livelihood, everything that I worked for, and never said one time, didn't say, okay, you're the star of the network. We're going to have a meeting with you. We don't want you to do the show no more. At least give me a heads up. But no.
I'm not going to do that. They're not going to do that.
Pulled the plug and ain't say nothing and allowed Lonnie to take the fall, Adrian, Jeannie, Tamara, and myself. And we up here battling and fighting as black girls, and they don't care. Scratching and battling and pointing the fingers. You know what I'm saying? And we're not on a reality show. This is real life. So when does reality TV stop being reality TV and becomes reality? That's the question.
Because reality TV is better than reality. Because, reality TV is a little twisted. That makes more money.
I love you so much. I wish we was in the same room. I just want to hug the shit out of you. You're so amazing.
Yeah, that is the truth. It makes more money. But it took you years to figure that out, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Listen, it took me years to figure out why all these girls were coming after me every season. We've been to squash something in the background. Why some of my friendships were falling apart. It took me years. I was blaming a lot of people. And it took me years to figure out who the real devil was. When I figured it out, though, it really crushed me. It hurt my heart really bad. I was really hurt over it. And I was like, wow. How it was felt to me like American Greed or something.
Yeah.
You know how you watch American Greed and the person that's doing it, what they're doing, they just keep going because they just greedy. They would never stop. That's what happened. It's bad.
Checked up.
It's a lot, and it's a lot to deal with. It's so much.
It is a lot.
It's so much.
It is a lot because when you talk about the relationships that's ruined behind it, you know what I mean.
But you know what I used to say to some of the girls? That listen, let's not do this. I don't know what they were saying to them because again, they talk to them all different, right? So I would say, listen, let's not do this because at the end of the day, these producers are going to go home and they're going to still leave their wife and their girlfriend or whoever that is. They're going to still have their friends. They're going to still have their life. And we're going to be over here fucked up. Like, let's not do this. And they turn right around and get on camera and do it.
Isn't that frustrating? How frustrating.
Oh my God. It is so horrible. Especially when you're looking at them like, girl,
can we just have a conversation? Yeah, like,
what you doing?
Child.
I hate it.
Why do you think they do that? Because everybody got to eat.
Because they are the weakest link. Number one. Because I've had someone that to tell me, you're going to be fine, Nene. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. I got to make sure I'm eating. You know, I'm like, what the hell? What makes you think I'm going to be fine?
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, yeah, they have to eat, but, you know, they forget that you're more powerful together than you are apart. And I think they're scared.
Scared of what?
I don't know. It to never work again. It to not eat. They forgot they were eating before they was on TV.
Come on, somebody. You will make a way. You ain't got to tell me.
Yeah. I like to tell people I've been rich and I've been poor and I've been rich again. So I know what it feels like on both sides. So, you know, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know how to survive both ways.
You can figure it out. I want to touch on 2-3 more things and I'm going to let you go, Nene, because we can talk about this shit all day, and we have.
Yeah.
What kind of advice would you give the person who does have a home, she does have a husband, she does have a great life, kids and stuff, but she has big dreams and other aspirations? What advice would you give her with all the knowledge that you know now?
Definitely chase after your dreams and don't give up on your dreams. And know that it is a marathon and not a sprint. And that is the truth. It is all about time, okay? And you just don't know when that time is. So don't give up. You may take a step back or take a break, but it's all about time. Yeah. And it sounds so cliche, but you will never know that. When it happens, you will say, it was about time.
Yeah.
I'm ready now. I wasn't even ready.
Yeah. Absolutely. Listen, you gotta keep it pushing because your breakthrough is going to come. My breakthrough didn't happen until I was 35.
Yes, that's what I say, Tamar. Oh my God.
Really?
I say the same
you were 35?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I always said I was 35 years old. And then when Bravo found me, I was 37.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I often would say, gosh, I wish that I could have done it when I was much younger. I don't know why I say that, because I wouldn't have liked it then, but I just felt like I would have been able to do a lot more things. I would have had an opportunity to be a hoe a little bit, you know, and stuff like that.
Oh my God, you sound like my sister right now. You crazy.
I feel like I could never be a hoe. God, Lee, I need to be a whore a little bit. I see all these whores out here. I'm like, shit, it seems like it's fun.
I know. I'm going to keep that to myself. Right now.
To be a whore a little bit. I kind of regret not being one, too.
Oh, my God. Is that a real true statement?
Yeah, I've been in a relationship. I mean, I got with Greg when I was 28.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, I gave up a lot of my years. People don't know how young I was with Greg.
Yeah.
I'm 28 years old. Dating a guy 40.
Yeah. I got it. Well, I'm single now and I hate it, but that's okay. We talk about that other part later.
Because you like to be in relationships.
I do.
I mean, you like relationship. I think it's okay. I love love. I think that's a beautiful thing, and I think relationship is great. But I also think dating can be fun. Why don't you be a player?
Ooh, me be a player? I don't even know if I have it in me. You know?
They like 4 guys at one time. You be the player. They be like, what was you at last night? You be like, oh, I fell asleep early.
Oh, no, I did that in my 20s. I'm tired now. That's a lot of work. I'm a single mother.
I think doing it for 1 year might be fun.
I don't know, Nene. I don't know. But listen.
Okay.
Right. But as a personality on reality TV, that's what I wanted to know. You pretty much live your life completely, like, out loud. What's something about you that you haven't shared about your journey to building the Nene Leaks brand that you are willing to share with us today?
This is some business kind of advice right here. When I was trying to get on, this is something I did. So I would say to people, every day you need to do something towards your goal. Every day, do something. If it's writing one email, if it's making one phone call, if it's sending one fax, or dropping one headshot in the mail for the day. But every single day, don't you let a day go by where you don't do something towards your goal. And all you got to do is do one thing. and you do that every single day, one thing, something good is gonna happen, or somebody is gonna bite.
Yeah.
You know, it may not be the biggest fish in the sea, but somebody's gonna bite, right? I say do something every single day towards your goal. It could be as little as sending an email, making a phone call, sending a fax, dropping a headshot in the mail, do something.
That's
Googling.
That's amazing advice, because
every day.
I think people
you don't know how hard that is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It's hard, because some people be like, girl, I ain't got the energy today. I just don't feel like doing it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to see it. No, you got to do one thing every day.
Yeah, that's discipline and dedication. You know, a lot of people think that, I'm just going to work on this craft for 2-3 months and then stop. No, it don't work like that.
No.
It's a repetitive thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I know a lot of people think that owning your own business is easy. And I think, no, it's not. And a common misconception, you have more free time. And we both, like, people think that you have a lot of free time. Like, they only shoot like 6 weeks, and then, now we have a lot of time to.
We shoot almost damn 6 months.
Come on, somebody. Yeah. That's why I said we both know that it's not necessarily true. You know what I'm saying?
Not.
So what would you say to the people who aspire to enter business ownership?
Well, I love being an entrepreneur.
I know that.
First, you got to have something you love.
Right.
Something that you really like and love to do, because work is no longer work when you're doing what you love. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, this is not work. This is my career. Yeah. This is my life. Like, I love this. This is what really makes me happy. Something you're passionate about. And if you're going to enter the entertainment business, you got to be disciplined. You got to be strong. Yeah. You got to be driven. You just got to be so many things that, that a lot of people just ain't made for this shit.
No, they're not. They're not.
They ain't made for this shit. This shit is tough.
It really is.
I'm so tough now from this stuff.
Yeah.
Girl, you cut me, I probably won't even bleed.
And if you bleed, I got a Band-Aid for you, sis. I'm right here with you.
Yeah, I just tell you, I'm so tough from all the stuff that has been thrown my way.
Yeah.
I got so many bruises. I think I've been I've been beat to death.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I am good though. I'm sitting over here. This is hard. And I don't even want to be hard like that. I want to be softer. Even my husband be like, really? Do you have some balls, ma'am? Because I just be sitting over here so tough some days. Because I just been through nothing somebody can say to me that I ain't heard before. Yeah. I'm not shocked by anything. Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
The true saying is, when people say it's a dirty business, it is a dirty business. When they say, you be like, the business ain't that dirty.
Right.
It's a dirty business.
Yeah. You don't know it's dirty until you get introduced to that side of it. You know what I mean? When things are all good, it's all good. There's nothing dirty. Everything is beautiful and shiny. And no. You're not even.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever, when you're looking at certain people in their careers right now, you just look at me, you say, they're doing great or they're doing whatever. Have you ever looked at anybody and say, I see they already getting ready to come bring you down, girl. You don't even see it. Yeah. Like, you can look at them and be like, they already doing it. You don't even see them doing it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see it.
No.
But I'm looking at people now, and I'm looking at them and I said,
here it comes.
They coming for her. They coming for her. They gonna bring her down.
Baby!
That corporate devil, honey. That corporate devil gonna bring her right on down, honey.
Oh, yeah. And, it's to the point I almost can't watch it for fun no more.
No, I don't watch it at all. Mm-hmm. I don't watch it. I don't watch any of them. I used to be in love with certain ones. I don't watch any. Look, I don't even really watch TV.
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't. Yeah.
I don't watch reality TV.
Yeah, because they take the F out of fun, period. It just be on.
Look. Yeah.
Yeah, be on.
I don't even watch award shows like that. You know what I do? I record them. And then I go back and I hit it and I go to zooming through and I say, that's a good performance. Look at that one. I skip through and go all around it. I just be doing all kinds of stuff. I don't even see everything that happens. Because it's just full of mess.
Yeah. And we know the other side. You know what I'm saying? And, it's a good side until you get introduced to the bad side. But then I think that for most of us, we get reintroduced to the good side. And I see that happening for you.
I really hope so.
I do. I see that happening for you. I see it happening for me, too.
I pray for, it's very good. And it should happen for you. You're very talented. I always tell you this. You're very talented. And I love your voice. And I think you should sing more often. more singing.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll come to Lenithia's Lounge, honey, and come do a set for the kids.
Honey.
Yes, tell us about Lenithia's Lounge. I can't wait to go. Tell us about it.
Well, listen, Lenithia Lounge is going to be opening, I pray to God, soon.
Yeah.
We're in a pandemic, so we don't know. In Duluth, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta. Which when we say Atlanta, we talking about 20, 25 minutes up the street.
Yeah.
We're all section lounge. So everybody that walks through our door is a VIP.
Yes.
I want to give them the type of treatment that I would want when I walk in. So we'll be serving small tapas. We'll have live entertainment. We have a beautiful bar. We have put a lot into this place to make it friendly and welcoming for everyone, anyone that comes through. Now, you're going to have to pop some bottles now to come up in here.
Period. Well, you interview for, we call this section the blueprint. We like to talk about what our takeaway was from our conversation that we had. Our listeners definitely want to hear your takeaway.
I learned something about you.
You did? What? You know so much. What you talking about?
I'm talking to you right now. I believe that you would do reality TV again. I don't think you're against it. I think that if the right opportunity was presented, because reality TV is in a lot of different ways. You are a vocalist. You could easily be a judge on a competition
show. I would do that. I'm talking about unscripted. I mean, like, open the doors to my home. You in my man business. You watching my child. You judging me on my conversation. I'm not interested in that. No,
so you're not interested in that, but you would still do some part of reality.
Oh, yeah, I would.
Because you are in the entertainment business. You love what you do, and you would do it again. It's a funny thing how we talk about all the bad and the ugly, but the truth is, if the right opportunity is presented, you would try it again.
It's been so damaging. All of my relationships has been ruined or damaged. No, absolutely not.
See, I refuse to give them that kind of credit.
It's true.
Any relationship of mine that was damaged is because there was a weak link somewhere, and they did not deserve to be here at this time in my life. The people that ain't here are not to be here. Because, see, you finna get ready to go somewhere now for real. So they can't go with you.
Yeah.
They can't.
Ooh.
They can't go this time. So this time you might need to go by yourself and with two people. You really get ready to go somewhere now.
Oh, that's a word.
Yeah, you get ready to sing, honey. Woo, child.
And you looked at me in my eyes and said, two people, meaning you and Logan. The end. I caught it. I catch you,
oh, two people going, girl.
I catch you, sis.
That's it.
Oh,
you know what? This time you're going to do it real good this time. This time, you know to keep your circle small.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know to go out there and say, hey, and bye. No. You're going to have to be your own gatekeeper. Don't come around here. Don't come around me. Don't come around me. Now when you go on set, you're going to be just like me. I don't need nothing but my water and my check. You got a bottle of water? I don't want that. You got a bottle of water?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, no. I don't even want to eat none of y'all grapes. Y'all been acting like I ate them all. I don't want that.
Don't they do you like that? Like,
yeah, girl. Girl, she was in here asking for food and everything. That's okay, honey. I brought my sandwich with me, girl.
Oh, my God.
Girl, I brought my fruit with me, honey. So this time, you're going to know how to really do it.
Yeah. So your takeaway is what?
My takeaway is you going to do the show again.
Linda, I'm not.
You're going to be happy.
Linda, I can't. It almost took me out of here. I can't jump back into toxic environments.
You're going to do a different type.
Oh, Lord. Y'all, this is my friend Nene Geeks. My mother has this saying, people can't do more than what you allow. And I feel like in the reality TV space, I have allowed people to come into my life, into my home, and dictate to me how my life is supposed to be. And allow it to be on television and tell my story the way that they want to. And so that's why I stand firm in saying that I am not releasing that kind of power to anyone ever again. My home is my sanctuary. You can't come in my home. You can't come film my kid. You can't come film my conversations with my man. You're not going to perpetuate arguments and cause rift and division between, my loved ones and things that I worked hard for your entertainment.
You said I could ask you questions type of thing. You said you were doing some music.
Yes.
I think I seen somewhere where you said that.
Yes, Lanithia, I am doing
That's good. That's so good.
Yeah. Okay, this is what I do want to throw in before we close. I would really like to talk about how Nene gives back to female entrepreneurs. Can I share this with everybody?
Yeah.
Nene invited me to Vegas to take part in her Ladies of Success event. And it was a weekend event with a bunch of female entrepreneurs. I mean, just like us, you know what I mean? Circles are super small, wanting to expand our businesses. And, most of our friends think it's boring that we sit around and talk about our business all the time. But, these ladies knew what it was like and, they was cool with it. And the greatest women, good ladies.
Oh, that's so good.
It was so good.